I'm being honest, I came here with zero. You should know that when I came, I was broke. I don't think much people can afford that. It's accommodative, I would say, financially.
How much money did you come with?
Zero.
Bernice moved to Lithuania with €0 in her pockets.
As an international student, she's had to navigate rent, food, transport, and survival, all while learning how to stretch every cent.
This is the real cost of living in Lithuania.
I have an amount that I save every month.
Where else can you possibly go to buy something for €1?
Yeah.
Being a foreigner in Lithuania has taught me that. What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's episode of Life as a Foreigner. I'm your host, Princess Benito, and today's guest is a Ghanaian studying here in Lithuania, Bernice Adjoa Amaniapong.
Yes, Princess.
It's the same.
Miss
We are literally asking each other how are we doing in Tree, our language. Bernice, you were here before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when I first came.
Yes. You came to tell us
how the whole process of my traveling was like.
Yeah, exactly. So if you guys want to watch that video, we will leave the link to it in the description of this video. But today we are literally here to talk about the cost of living in Lithuania.
Yeah, because now I'm experienced. 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years already.
I always say 2 years because I have like 3 more months to get to 2 years. So I just say 2 years. I don't have to say one year, whatever.
Yeah, almost 2 years, yeah. What is the one thing you were completely unprepared for financially when you first moved to Lithuania?
One thing I wasn't prepared for financially is to pay rent. Rent in general. I wasn't prepared to pay rent ever, like in my life. So moving to Lithuania, I wasn't prepared to pay rent, most especially to pay it every month. Over here, rent is paid monthly. Unlike in Ghana where you pay maybe a year or 2, depending on the house, even sometimes 3 years, 5 years, just not paying for a month because sometimes you need your money for
Yeah, exactly. So for you, like paying it upfront for the whole year is much better.
It's much better, but somehow, for me, it's not much better. But I wasn't prepared to be paying rent every month, but I also can't afford to pay it every month, 1 year.
So your situation.
From the beginning, because people that come here are more like students, and you come here on a budget. You don't expect someone to pay a year of rent.
It will kill them.
No one can afford that.
Actually, especially for African students. Yeah,
someone moving from their country to a different country, you're expecting them to pay a rent of maybe even €100 for 1 year. I don't think much people can afford that.
That's right. Yeah.
So
Why did you choose Lithuania in the first place, and what was your expectations for the cost of living in Lithuania?
Why I chose Lithuania? I wouldn't say I chose Lithuania. I would say Lithuania found me.
Hey.
Yes. Because I didn't know Lithuania. I think I said it before in my first video, so you can check it out. I didn't know Lithuania, but let's say why I chose Lithuania. I didn't choose Lithuania because of finances or anything. The plan wasn't to stay in Lithuania, so I didn't really care about financial, how it was and everything. But looking at how the whole process was like, I had an idea that the country is much affordable financially. It's like, what's the word that I want to use? It's accommodative, I would say, financially. Like every person can afford because of the money that I spent. Traveling to different countries, I'm sure I would have spent more than what I spent coming here. So looking at the whole travel process and the budget and everything that I spent, I had an idea that it's gonna be affordable, but I didn't plan on staying here, so I didn't even care.
But you
cost of living or anything.
You didn't plan on staying here. Where did you want to stay?
So it was more like a path just to
go to Germany.
Go to Germany, but I came and I got stuck somehow. So.
Yeah, so the whole process of she coming here and like how she ended up living here in Lithuania. She talked about it in the other video. So like I said before, you guys can check it out. How much money did you come with? And did it last as long as you expected it to?
If I'm being honest, I came here with zero. I'm telling you, I came here with like zero. I didn't have anything.
Then how are you expecting to feed yourself?
So let me continue.
Okay.
So okay, when I entered the country at the airport, I had zero. But later, my mom sent me money. I can mention the amount, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So my mom sent me like 300 euros, and the 300 euros I had to pay. Actually, the 300 euros was to pay for my. You know, here when you are renting, you have to pay for deposit.
Deposit, yes.
I wasn't renting, but I already had a dorm, like school dorm. So I had a room, so I had to pay for the deposit before they were gonna give me the room. So my mom sent me that 300 euros to pay for the room, for the deposit for the room, but I ended up not paying. Because I made a friend. So we got an apartment which was way less, and we didn't have to pay for the deposit. So it was like I had to pay like I think 150, 180 or 150. So the 120 became like, a plus for me, and that was what I survived on for some time.
Like how long?
I would say
approximately
a month, because
120 euros for a month. Wow, that's very economical.
Because I was
tight on budget.
Tight on budget, like really tight. I was really tight. Like I was buying the cheapest things I could get. Like even if I go to the grocery shop, I'm looking for the cheapest thing possible because I didn't want to overspend. And when I came, I didn't have like winter boots. I didn't have winter coats. And
you came during winter.
Yes. So I had to buy all of these. So just imagine. So that was when I fell in love with Humana because it was cheap.
For you who don't know Humana is like a second-hand clothes. Like most people are really into it. Even rich people still go there because it's not just for the poor. Everybody can go there.
Because it's mostly for the poor when they are having like the €1 sales, because there is a time like they are selling everything for €1, €2 throughout the week. So that was when I fell in love with Humana. So I bought like all my boots, my clothes, everything.
You got like correct winter boots.
Not correct, but I was just managing because So I was saying, like I got a job 2 weeks after, because when I came here I was hot.
So wait, we'll get to the job part too. So you said you found a friend. How did you find a friend so quickly? You came with zero.
Yeah, I came
in your account.
Yeah, I came with zero in my
€0
account.
in your account.
And I knew just one person here, the person who guided me through the whole process.
So it was that friend of yours who helped you to get the apartment, or like the first day you came now you made a friend?
No, I think I saw because when I came I didn't have a place to stay, so that friend had to arrange for me to go live somewhere.
So you got to meet this new friend of yours who became your roommate through your old friend.
Yeah, the person I knew. Before.
Okay.
So I went to the place that I was going to stay, and then she was there as well. And she was also she had been here for a month and was seriously looking for an apartment. So I think I came at the right time because she had gotten the apartment, but she was
looking for a roommate.
So
okay.
Because here some people, they won't allow one person. You have to get the roommate before you move.
Yeah. So
she was looking for a roommate, and the girl that she wanted to move with was doing somehow. So I was like, yeah, I'll go, and then we moved the next day.
I see. Yeah. What does a typical monthly budget look for an international student in Lithuania, ranging from food to rent to transportation, whatever?
I would say it depends, but approximately if you have like 500 to 600 euros, I think it's manageable as a student. But if you're, what would I say?
500 to
your
600.
level is high.
Okay. Well,
but for an average student, I would say 500 to 600 euros is normal, because most students are living in the dorm, and in the dorm people are paying the highest is 200 euros, I think 180 euros. for the dorm. So if you are living in the sorry, if you are living in the dorm, I think if you have 500 euros, it can take you through the month. You just pay your rent for like 120, and you have 380 for yourself throughout the month. And if you are not overspending, I think you can even spend on that and even save. So for an average student, I think 500 euros, like, okay. But for me, for now, 500 euros.
You know, when I came and I was living at the student house, it was like one thing. I was spending way less.
Because even more students that I am friends with in my school, I tell them, why don't you move? They are like, no, I want to finish my studies because I'm paying less rent. I want to finish my studies.
You got somebody to clean for you. Yeah, the security is good. Like, I mean, why would you want
to? So they don't like it, but they just choose it because it's affordable.
Yeah. And then eventually I moved to an apartment because I wanted to have my privacy. And at that time also I had a job. That apartment, I paid 220 a month. It was very spacious. I had bedroom, a kitchen, a living room, And then for utilities, God, I love hot water. Yes, hot water, yes. So the hot water, months that I used it a lot, it was the hot water that was actually eating a lot of my money.
Yeah, even
yes. So the months I used it a lot, I paid like 80 to 90 euros. Yeah, for utilities. So the month I paid 80 euros plus the 220, 300 euros. So rent alone and utilities, 300 euros. And for the transportation, let me get to transportation later. But for food, I was very stingy. I was very stingy. There were months that I literally spent only 50 euros on food.
Yeah, you can, because when I came, I was even spending less. My roommates and I were spending way less than 50 euros, I would say, on food.
Yeah. So like what I did was that the job I had, they had like, there were snacks and there were fruits and there were coffee and bread. Yes. So in the morning when I go to work, I'll not eat from home. I'll go there and I'll eat my breakfast. And for lunch, sometimes I took like some petty stuff for lunch to eat there. Sometimes also I still fed on like what is available at the store for free, and then some drinks and some biscuits. When I also did this, I made soup for the week. So when I just get back home or go back home, I'll just take the soup out of the fridge, heat it, make some small stuff like, I used to eat semolina at the time. Yes, I just make semolina and then I'll eat it. So even like that 50 euros, it was too much that
it was too
at
much.
The end of every month, I still got something left to eat out. So you can imagine. Yes, and then the transportation, of course, we know it's very cheap. My time, I paid €5.65 for the whole month.
Oh.
Yes, for the whole month. Like I paid because I used the IC card and it gave discounts.
Still the same. I think it's like €5.68 or 60.
Oh yeah?
90.
I think they said they had increased or something like that.
No, I think the one that you have to buy in the bus, I think that's what they've increased. But if you're buying it on Trafi or Judo, I think, whatever, M-tickets, those ones, is still the same.
Oh, okay. Yes, then I did exactly what you're doing right now. So the transportation was taking like literally nothing. And you will not see me in taxi or Uber or Bolt. No, it's just not my thing. Yes, even when I was moving from the student house to my house, I used the bus. I used the bus because my salary was 490 euros a month. So this 490 euros, I'm supposed to pay 300 euros rent and then feed myself. And I want to save a little too. So so that's what I did. Yeah. What is the one thing that eats a lot of like the money you earn? You are working, right? Yeah. So what is the one thing that eats a lot of the money you earn here in Lithuania? And what is the one thing that like surprisingly affordable?
What's eating my money the most is pay my fees. And
school fees?
Yeah. Pay my school fees, and I'll say rent again. rent and pay my fees. But for my fees, I have the chance to pay in installments, so it's not really affecting me that much because I don't have to pay it every month. Even though I'm paying in installments, I don't have to pay every month. I have the whole year to pay for my fees. So that one you can just relax. And it's not like they're gonna force you or chase you out of the school. You know, in Ghana when you haven't paid your fees, you're not even allowed to write exams and stuff like this one. Nobody cares. But they're just gonna bombard you with emails. But it's not, you don't have to reply. Like, so nobody's gonna sack you from the school or anything. So yeah, like it's really flexible when it comes to fees. So I have the whole year to pay, but still I'll say it's the rent that is taking much of my money.
How much is your school fees?
2,970
For the whole year or
for the
semester?
whole year.
Ah, then it's good though.
Yeah,
What course are you studying?
Depending on the course, creative industries.
Ah,
But
okay.
others are paying more. I think it's my course because when I said everyone's like,
Yeah. Yeah. Because even my course at the time was 3,000 something. I don't remember. I think it's
Yeah.
3,800. Yeah.
for mine it's two, yeah, whatever.
And then the
2,970. Yeah, that's what I know.
how much are you paying for the rent?
Rent is the rent itself is like 275.
275.
But the utilities
Uh-huh.
every month I'm paying like 380, I would say.
In total,
In
for
total.
utilities and rent.
Rent, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But the rent itself, if I'm paying rent alone, is I would say it's 275. But if utilities, everything, general utilities, water, whatever, its part is like 380. Because it's always between 370 to 390, so it's in there because it's every month is not like the same way you use it, especially in
So let's
winter.
just assume it's like 400 euros.
Yeah, it's like 400.
Yeah, so
euros.
400, and then you pay 5 euros 85 cents for the
For
bus.
bus.
And how much do you spend on feeding?
On feeding, when I came, I was spending, I already said like less than 50 euros, but right now,
Big girl things.
right now I don't even calculate.
Hey!
I just buy if I need it. So, you know, at that time I was buying everything. Let's say I get my 20 euros, I just go calculate. Pen and paper. Pen and paper, I write, I have to buy this, buy that. I'm not exceeding budget, but now I just go and pick.
No, but approximately how much do you spend a month on food?
I would say maybe 200 to 250.
So let's assume it's 250.
Yeah.
Yeah. So rent is 400, food is 250, bus is almost nothing because let's just
Yeah, but it's like almost nothing.
Yeah, bus is nothing. And what else? Let's say your beauty stuff, or it's also do you add it to?
No.
I know braiding in Lithuania, for we black girls, we have to braid, we have to take care of our hair. It's quite difficult to maintain. It's quite expensive, right?
Yeah.
I
but-
think you have to pay somewhere around 50 euros
Yeah, I think.
or
Well,
70.
I don't really braid, so I don't know. But from
You do it yourself,
yeah, I
right?
do it myself.
Yeah.
But from people, I think it's like 70 euros because I've tried to braid my hair before, and I asked, like the person said they're gonna charge 70 euros. But I have like. That's a story for another day.
Okay, so like that's literally how much you spend a month.
Yeah.
So 400 plus 250, that's 650
Yeah,
plus
60 plus whatever.
school fees to, oh yeah, but that's savings and like,
Yeah,
yeah.
savings.
So literally if you have 650 euros a month, you should be able to live well.
Yeah,
Because
should
your
be-
apartment is nice, it's spacious,
it's
you have,
spacious,
yeah.
So if you're living in the dorm and you have 650, you are good, I guess.
But even if you are, like, I mean right now you are living a good life, but when you came, if you are very tight,
Yeah.
you should be able to spend like 250 euros a month.
month, yeah.
Yes, 250 for food.
food and everything,
yeah, even
yeah.
that you will live well.
You live well.
Yeah, you will live well, yes.
Yeah, because when I came, because I remember I said I got a job. I got the first salary I got because I didn't know anything about taxes and everything, so I calculated the salary I was supposed to get based on.
Gross salary.
Gross, yeah.
Me too.
So I made my budget. Oh, I'm gonna get this amount of money. I was happy and all, and it came and it was like literally half of what I
because
imagined.
taxes is like 40% of what you get.
Yeah, it
So
was like almost half of what I imagined. I got mad. I wrote a paragraph like, "Where is my money?"
yeah.
And then they had to explain everything to me. So even at that time, I had to pay for something. So after I paid for that, all the money was gone. I had nothing again. So I was back to
Sorry,
like,
girl.
I was back to like zero again. And I still survived on, because I had less than 50 euros at that time, I would say. After that first salary, still I had less than 50 euros, but I still survived. I was still buying clothes in Humana.
yeah, those things, yes. But you know, me, my time, the student house costed 85 euros. But right now, let's assume it's like 100 euros.
Yeah.
So even if you pay 100 euros for rent and 50 euros on food and almost nothing for bus, less than 200 euros. So less than 200 euros, you will survive in this country.
Yeah, you can.
It's that affordable. Are there student discounts or benefits? Because my time there was IC card, which I really made use of it.
Still, there is the IC card, and we are talking about bus being five
euros,
5
85
euros.
cents.
It's because of the students.
Yeah, they give
discount.
like 80% discount
80%.
for students. Yes.
So it's the student benefits is the bus is part, and when you have the IC card, as well, you can go to some shops and get discounts. Even I'm my Spotify, I used my IC card.
Really?
And if instead of €7.99, which is like €8, I'm paying €4.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You can use
that card is very powerful. It's very powerful.
And there are some shops that you can go with your IC card and get like some discounts. I think McDonald's,
Hesburger, yes.
And for Mosa Bubble Tea. Like there are a lot of them. It's in the book.
Yeah.
So if you can check, you can get that. And I think it's also not like it's an European thing. It's not only in Lithuania.
Yeah, the whole of Europe. They have types. You can choose one that you use only here in Lithuania, and another that it's in
but
the
I
whole
think
of
the price is different.
And even this, you just have to pay a little bit more, like a little bit more euros, and that's it. Not even up to 10 euros more.
Yeah.
Even flights.
Yeah, even
yes,
flights,
you can still use the IC card to get discounts.
Use it because and even if you are traveling from Vilnius to different city, you can use. Sometimes you can get 50% off the train.
Yes, even train tickets.
Tickets.
And like long distance bus tickets. Yeah, this particular card and this country.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really, really good.
What's the biggest financial sacrifice you've had to make in this country, Lithuania?
Financial sacrifice? Is this still to pay rent?
You and this rent. But I mean, if you have to live somewhere, you have to pay rent, you know?
Yeah. I was never prepared for it, so it's like attack.
Aside when you came to Lithuania and like you were broke, I mean, you literally came with nothing.
Yeah.
Since then, have you ever been like broke, like really, really broke? And how did you survive it?
I have. Yeah, I think I have before, but it wasn't really broke. It was like, we have types of broke. Have broke and have broke.
Yes.
The first one was broke.
Yes.
The first one was broke. This was just broke. So how I survived, I think I went back to my budget again. Tight budget again. And yeah, I went back to being on a tight budget again because you have the money you are spending, but because here there is no one to help you. You're on your own.
Yeah.
So if you are not working, or maybe you are somehow bankrupt, bankrupt. That's bankrupt.
This one there, she was taking it very personally as a businesswoman. Okay, bankrupt.
Yeah, like bankrupt. Then you have to like go back to planning, and that time the sense will come back. You start thinking straight again.
Yeah.
So if you are spending 20 now, you're going to spend 5 or 10. So I think at that time, I don't really remember, but I remember going back to being on a tight budget. Like I was like, this month I'm not going to spend, I'm not going to buy this.
No Humana.
No.
Humana every month, regardless, you still go to Humana.
Yeah, because they do that. thing every month. I think the first 2 weeks is like normal price where you can buy things for 100 euros and stuff, like at the normal price. But the last 2 weeks of the month, that's when the first week they sell everything for 5 euros, and the last week they sell everything for 2 euros, 1 euro. I think they start from Monday to Wednesday is 2 euros. Thursday, Friday is 1 euros.
But you've only been here for 2 years, so you already know this. Me, I don't know.
Because I didn't know. I followed them on Instagram. I was monitoring them just to see when they have so I did this for so long that I now knew when they were doing it just off head. I wasn't even checking their page anymore. Even now I still do, but I don't go there again.
Hey, levels have changed.
I mean, I do, but I'm not like I used to.
But if you go, those days that you used to go, during that 1 euros period, do you still find good clothes?
Yeah. I mean, people go there and they find trash, but it depends on what you're looking for. And sometimes it's not about the clothes, it's about how you are going to wear it.
Put everything together. So, yeah.
Because most of my clothes is from Humana and you can't even tell.
Yeah, actually, let me tell you a secret right now.
It's also from Humana.
Yeah, this is from Humana.
Yeah,
when I just came and I was a student.
And funny enough, you can get so many brands. Like most of my clothes have Zara tag, and I didn't buy it from Zara.
But it's from Humana.
It's from Humana.
Yeah, this one was so cheap. I don't remember how much I bought it, but at the time, I will not buy something for 5 euros. So just know that it's at the 5 euros. Yeah.
So you can get some brand and just if you want to show off, you can get Zara. You can get some really cool brands from there because it's thrifted. So I don't know where they get it from though, but there are so many amazing brands, even Fashion Nova and Pretty Little Thing. Like I have this top, it's from Pretty Little Thing, from Humana.
Yeah. Have you found any side hustles or any ways to make money as a student? I know we discussed that in a previous video, but that was when you had just come. You had just, and you were like, pushing, but now you are settled and I know you've changed jobs and, blah, blah, blah. You are doing a lot of things. So can you tell us the things you are doing to get money here in Lithuania? Like maybe some jobs people can consider, maybe some side hustles.
Well, when I came, I said I got a job in two weeks.
Yeah,
2 weeks.
You did, yeah.
So that job was actually a cleaning job that I got, that I was doing. So I changed, and now I changed it. So apart from that, I'm doing another job now, which I don't want to say.
Okay, no problem. Yeah.
So I was doing a cleaning job at first, and I did it for like so long, and then I changed. And outside that, I am also a model, so I get money from that as well, and also.
Were you modeling in Ghana?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, I'm doing content, and I also get money from that, but it's not as much as like the modeling one. That is like somewhere in between. So I would say I'm working and also I would say maybe the modeling and other is the side I would say.
So like basically your normal job, your normal full-time job.
It's part-time job.
It's part-time. Okay.
Because as a student you can work part-time.
No, actually now you can work full-time.
Really?
Yes,
as a student?
Yes, you can work
as a bachelor student.
Yeah, you can. They've changed the laws.
Oh.
Yeah, when my time, yes, it's true. They changed to we being like full-time, bachelor student being able to work full-time. I think this year also.
Yeah, because when I came, bachelor student cannot work full-time.
Yeah.
I was master student that can work full-time. For bachelor, you can work like 20 to 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
A month. No, a week.
A week, yeah, but now you can work full-time. So, yeah. So for you,
information.
Yeah, is that job you do, is the modeling and the content creation. But do you have any recommendations for people? Like somebody who has just come, doesn't know what to do.
I mean, if you just come, the easiest jobs to find is the cleaning jobs. For the start.
But it's not going to be easy, just so you know.
It's not going to be easy, yeah. And also, I think the easiest one is the boats.
Well, even that is not easy because, I mean, summer, yeah, it's okay. But winter, When it's
Yeah,
like
I mean-
minus 15, minus 22.
We are talking about how to get it. Getting it, I think that is the easiest to get. But how to do it is not easy.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna ride a bicycle in minus 20 degrees.
Yeah, because here in Lithuania, like there isn't really easy or free money.
Yeah.
You have to work to get it. Even if you're employed, employers will make sure that you actually work for the money you are getting. So there is no easy or free lunch here in Lithuania. Lithuanians themselves are very hardworking.
they are.
So like you can't come here and expect to get free stuff
You
or
can
easy
get that,
stuff.
but it's not easy to, get the money out of it.
How is cost of living in Lithuania compared to Ghana?
Lithuania is better actually, because the money that I'm spending, the money that I'm earning in Lithuania, if I was earning that money in Ghana, I wouldn't be living
The
how I'm
life you're living here.
So the cost of living in Ghana, I would say, is higher than Lithuania.
Of course, don't convert right now, because if you convert, it will not make, what she's saying wouldn't make sense.
Yeah,
but if you don't convert,
talking about like just the numbers. Let's say I'm making 100. No currency, just 100. I'm making 100 in Lithuania. I'm making 100 in Ghana. I would live more in Lithuania with the 100 than I would live in Ghana.
But the thing is that, like, when these monies are given to us, actually, I think the currencies don't matter, because if you're a cleaner in Ghana, you get like 1,000 Ghana cedis or so, and if you're a cleaner here, you could earn like 500 euros. Yes, and even that's 500 euros. Let's not convert. Like you will live a very good life here compared to the life in Ghana.
Yeah. Because in Ghana, it's 500.
Yeah, 500. I mean, the transportation alone will take it all.
Yeah.
When I was a student, I paid 100 cedis just to travel from. No, actually, it's 100 cedis in and out. So 50 cedis just to travel to my university, and 50 cedis to travel back home to my university.
And in Ghana, every day you are paying rent and you are paying transportation. It's
Yeah.
not like you can get a discount where you have it for a month, where you don't. Because right here, sometimes when I'm going out, I just pick my phone. I don't even have to have money on me, because I can go anywhere I want without thinking of
how much to
pay as
even if you
transport.
like, you can literally sleep in the bus. No one
No
cares.
one cares.
Yeah, all day spend in the bus.
Yeah.
And another thing is that when I had just come to Lithuania, I came during January and it was quite cold. So when I'm out there and I get like really cold, I just jump into any bus.
Yeah,
I don't care, because there are heaters in the bus.
You don't have to pay.
You don't have to pay, and there are heaters, so I just jump in, I warm up a little, and then I go out again. Yeah.
Even if you have to pay, it's not that, because now they increased it, and I think they are paying 30 cents for 30 minutes.
Well, you don't use the bus anymore.
No, like I use the bus.
Levels have changed.
No, I use the bus, but I don't use the
You just buy the
like,
month thing.
Because there's a way to buy the ticket inside the bus. So those who are buying it inside the bus, they pay 30 cents for 30 minutes.
Oh.
So imagine you just have to hop in the bus for just 30 minutes. You're paying 30 cents. 30 cents is like, I don't know.
Yeah, imagine paying 30 pesos in
30
Ghana.
pesos in Ghana.
Can you imagine? It's like, in Ghana, is there anything that costs 30 pesos these days?
No, even toffee, like, even water, I don't think so. No.
So now you feel like you're not calculating your cents, you're not calculating, you're just living your life.
I mean, I was when I came, like, I would go and buy oil, and like, this oil is €1 in Ghana. This oil will be. That means it will be like, because at that time I think it was like 18. €1 was 18 cedis or something.
Really?
It keeps changing.
No, but because right now €1 is 15, less than 16 cedis.
Because last 2 weeks I did some transaction, was 17. The next day I checked, it was 16. So it keeps changing. Because there was a time that it was 18. So I was standing on the 18. So when I see anything, I start calculating for 18. Like, I'm buying this for €2 in Ghana, 18 plus 18. Hey, no.
So you feel like you are getting good value for the money you are paying here. I mean, you are earning and you are paying anyway, so.
Yeah. Good value, I would say. Yeah. But in Ghana, you are not, because you'll be earning 500 cedis and pay in. People are earning 500 cedis and spending like 200 cedis on transport. Like half of your money. How are you going to save?
Yeah.
And even for food, because here if you have 10 euros, you can make jollof rice.
Yeah.
But in Ghana, you can't prepare jollof rice with 10 cedis.
Yeah, what is 10 cedis? And it's not even like they're paying you a lot, because national service personnel pay like, they get their salaries.
I think 599 or...
So less than 600 euros. 600 cedis.
No, it's 559 or, yeah.
So the money is not even up to 500 cedis. Your salary is not even up to 500 cedis.
I mean, 600, yes. It's 559, so it's not up to 600.
600, yes. Oh, God. What can you possibly do with 500 cedis?
So imagine you're in Ghana and paying rent every month.
You're
going to die. Because 600, you're paying, let's say, 300 for rent every month. But thankfully, you don't have to pay it every month. You have to pay it all year. So.
But the all year too, where are you going to get the money from?
People go for loans and they are now paying every month.
So it's like almost the same thing.
Almost the same thing,
yeah. Do you think international students here in Lithuania talk honestly enough about financial struggles, or they just pretend like everything is okay?
From people that I've talked to, I think they are really like honest about it. They talk about how it's not easy to be a foreigner and also living here, because I've never seen anyone pretending that everything is fine, and like people, as I said, even people come to me and talk to me about their financial problem. Like, hello, what are you saying? Why are you telling me your financial struggles? Like,
do you know what I'm going through?
Yeah, do you know what I'm going through? Like, so people are really open, and like even my friends, like every person who is like not it's a foreigner, not a citizen, is open about their financial struggles. They're like, it's not easy, you have to do this, you have to do that. Even those who are working good jobs still complain about the job, but they cannot leave the job. So nobody's really pretending. Well, maybe I've not met people who are pretending, but everybody's really honest about the situation, that it is not easy. Nowhere cool.
I mean, of course, nowhere is cool, but it's much better.
Yeah, it's much better actually.
Have you ever felt any form of pressure to look or live a certain way here in Lithuania? Or like, it's just like you living just by how much you have?
I mean, I would say I don't feel any pressure. I mean, when I came, I would say the pressure was when I came, and I didn't want to look like a certain way or live a certain way. But when I came, I was like, why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? Because when I came, I couldn't do a lot of things. So I was always asking myself, why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? Because I remember there was a time I went out or something with someone, and then at that time I said I was broke. So I went out, and then the person was like spending so much money. I asked myself, like,
why can't it be me?
Why can't it be me? Like, why am I, I was just, so at that time I felt the pressure to also be able to afford things like that.
Yeah, even though at the time you cannot afford it.
Yeah, so I felt the pressure that why can't I? Because at that time I was literally looking for 5 euros. And I was even shy to ask the person for that 5 euros, and the person was spending so much money.
Oh.
So I was like, why can't I?
Yeah.
So that time I felt the pressure, but now I think I'm fine. I can afford,
Yeah. So the thing is that I think the person was spending that much. For you, you didn't feel jealousy.
No.
But it gingered you. Africans understand this English I'm speaking right now.
No,
but
okay, let's say
it motivated you. It sparked the fire in you to.
I want to be able to
work,
go to the shop
hard,
and not look at prices.
Okay, that's a good feeling. Yeah, because for some people, when they see people living a certain lifestyle, instead of them getting motivated to work hard or smart to be able to reach that standard, they begin to start feeling jealous of the person, and they starting to look for ways to bring the person down, or like speaking evil about the person, bad mouthing the person. Yeah, there are people like that, you know. Yeah.
For me, I was like, I want to be able to go to the shop and buy things without looking at the price. Even if I'm looking at the price, I won't have to like think about it so much because I need it. Because when I came, I wasn't buying anything more than €3. I would be honest. Like, if it's more than if it's more than €2, that is where we stop. Like, so I felt like I want to be able to do that. So that time the pressure was really there, even though I couldn't afford. But somehow.
But right now, no pressure at all.
No pressure at all.
Okay.
Because now I can go to the shop and pick and go and pay.
Yeah.
So,
How do you balance enjoying life in Lithuania? I mean, even abroad, because sometimes you go to Germany. Yeah, so how do you manage enjoying life abroad while not trying to overspend? Because I know right now levels have changed, you don't look at prices. But at the same time, you don't want to overspend, you know, you still need to save up.
So how I do is, for me, I have like, do I say an exact amount? Not exact amount, but I have an amount that I save every month. So if, let's say, if I save that amount, that's not the amount. Let's say it's €100. So if I get my salary or I get any money wherever I'm making money from, and then I'm able to save that 100, I feel like the rest of the money is just free money.
Ah, okay. Actually, for me, it's the opposite. So when I have money, or like, I don't know, because sometimes I don't even get money at the end of the month, but whatever, if I have some money in my bank account, regardless of the amount, I just transfer some amount, like X amount, into my Revolut. And then I rely on that Revolut. And I'm so tight about it. Yes, because like regardless of how much money I have in my personal bank account,
it doesn't feel like my money anymore.
Yeah, I don't want to touch it. Let's say I just transfer €50 into my Revolut. Everything I'm doing, I try to fit it
inside that
€50. Yeah, I cannot go beyond it. Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of the same, because if I save that money, it doesn't feel like my money anymore. I don't even calculate it as part of mine. Whatever is left is the free money. So whatever is left, even if it's way above, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, so that monthly budget, right? Yeah, so me to that monthly budget, like I try to be so tight and stingy about it. And at the end of the month, if like there is some extra money, then I know, okay, fine, I can eat out, I can buy like some extra things. Yeah, that's very true. And actually, I feel like that's a very smart way to like regardless of where you are, even if you're not in abroad.
Yeah, you can live like that, because you have to at least have a money somewhere to save. It shouldn't be nothing. Even if it's just like the little, even if it's just like €20, just put it somewhere. Just take your mind off it and spend the rest. Because at least every month you have to save something, regardless.
Yeah. As humans, like it's always good to have like money you can fall back on, because you never know tomorrow.
And what I do the most is those money, I like it in cash. Because over here everything is contactless, card, and you can just use the card anytime. You may not know, so I like my savings in cash.
Okay. Oh, wait, what do you mean by savings? Is it what you spend you are calling savings?
No. What I don't spend.
Oh, really? No. So for me, like I try to get all my money in my person. Like I use Swedbank, so I try to get everything into that Swedbank account, and then what I actually spend, I transfer it to Revolut.
Same.
So it's like papa beep. Yeah, and then that Swedbank, I don't even check. As long as I transfer my monthly budget into my Revolut, that I don't even know how much is in that Swedbank.
Yeah, I used to do the same thing, but sometimes you go and check and and then I'll start thinking about it. So
how good and how well you can live with it.
To not even think about it, because Swedbank is easier to withdraw. Revolut you can't withdraw. I don't know how. I've never done that. So
withdraw cash
from Revolut.
You have the card, right? Yeah, you can withdraw. Can you? Yeah, you can, but you pay like some charges.
I've never done that because Swedbank is everywhere. You can just withdraw your money. So I put the money in Swedbank and withdraw it and put it somewhere. That I don't have money. I don't have money.
Yeah. Looking back, what do you wish someone had told you about money before you left Ghana for Lithuania?
I would say I wish someone told me, don't lend your money to anyone. Is it borrow or lend? Like you giving the money to someone.
Yeah.
Don't. I wish someone told me that because nobody's your friend. Don't give your money to anyone like, I mean, if you are willing to give the money to the person for free, if you can, then give it to the person. But don't lend your money to anyone.
Yeah, and the worst part of it is giving it to your friend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nobody's your friend. When it comes to money, I'm not a friend.
Yeah, that's how you even ruin relationships.
Yeah.
So for me, before I give money out to anyone, I just know that this money, if I don't get it back, I don't care.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even in Ghana, when someone asks money, in Ghana I had the same mentality back there because in Ghana I would say I wasn't broke.
Rich auntie.
I wasn't. But I came with zero.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, it's the conversion. Because like if you have a lot of money in Ghana and like
Because
you're not super
I
rich
used up all my money
for the process, and then like like you were saying before, €1 is 17 Ghana cedis. So just imagine if you need 10,000 euros. Yeah, imagine.
So in Ghana I was doing the same. If someone asks me for money, I just give it to the person, knowing that if the person doesn't give it to me back, I don't care. But I didn't know it was the same here. Because when I came here, I thought, everybody knows that it's not easy to live. So if the person is coming for my money, the person is going to give it back. But it's not like that. It's still the same. And I wasn't ready to give it for free. So I wish someone...
But how much do you have that you want to even give it out for free?
You're
still struggling, yes.
Free money in Europe. Don't give your money to anyone.
Yes, the thing is that you are still young, you are still trying to make it, and then you just be giving your money out.
And it wasn't small money. I mean, it was big. Not really big, but at that time it was big.
So, okay, fine. Let's say it was just like €10. If you convert €10 to Ghana cedis, that's like
100 and
wait.
Yeah, one.
Okay, the math is gone.
Math is not math.
Yeah, so 100 and wait, are we saying €17 or €16?
Let's say now it's 16. I don't know.
Okay, let's just assume it's 15. That's 150. 150 cedis. Why am I saying euros cedis? Yeah, 150 cedis. Yeah. So somebody is getting 600 cedis as their monthly salary. So that's like yes. Yeah. That's you're literally gifting a quarter of somebody's salary.
So I wish someone told me that don't give your money to anyone.
What advice would you give to a new student who is just moving to Lithuania, like from abroad, with just €1,000 in their pocket?
€1,000? I mean, €1,000 is a lot.
A lot of money.
I would say, advice I would give to that person is, first of all, look for student accommodation. That is way, easier and cheaper, I would say, for the start. If you come and find your way through, you can live your life. But if you are coming, as a student with €1,000, you should first of all look for a student apartment. Is it dorm or apartment?
Dormitory.
Student dormitory, and then make sure out of the €1,000 you keep at least 3 months salary, 3 months rent out of it. Like if you are coming,
let's just say 3 months budget. Let's include food and transportation and other things.
No, the rent, like 3 months rent. Like if you are coming in January, make sure you have January, February, March rent secured, because probably those 3 months you are not going to work or you'll be struggling your way through to get a job. And if you spend all of that, you're going to struggle with like rent throughout those like 3 months. Because for food, I think it's the easiest. Food, if you have €5, you can cook. I don't know what you want to cook, but you can cook food. with 5 euros.
When I came, I was literally eating rice.
Yeah.
And shito.
And rice is like cheap.
Cheap.
I
Extremely
mean, there's
cheap.
in Maxima there's like 5 cent rice
Really?
over there. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've not seen that one.
I know. I'm telling you. Because I was buying that when I came.
Okay.
So there's rice for like if it's 0.55.
Okay.
So it's not even up to €1. But it's not. It's not so good. But you know.
You can manage.
You
Yes.
can manage.
Yeah.
So the most important thing is like the rent, because for that, if you're not paying, it's gonna put
Where are you going to live?
It's gonna put you into some kind of, I don't know, depression or whatever, because they're not gonna leave you alone. They don't joke with rent. Like they're gonna be on your.
And like she said before, there's not really a friend here. You don't really
Yeah.
have somebody you can rely on. If you're in
Yeah.
trouble, you're
Nobody,
kind of
especially
alone.
financially, nobody's gonna help
Yeah,
you.
because they're also struggling to get their money. So what do you? That €1,000, the way I see it, you may think you're coming to Europe with a lot of
money, yeah.
but if you don't manage it wisely, it's going to fail. Because like there are days that I want, months that I want to be careless, like
Yeah.
months that are like celebrational. Is that even a word?
Yeah, I mean,
Celebrational.
maybe it's your birthday, it's, Christmas or something. Those months, you know, you don't care about money. You are there. You only live once.
Yes, yeah, you only live one space, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are months like that. I go to the store and by the time you realize,
Yeah, you spend so much.
yeah, almost €1,000, or sometimes even more than €1,000.
Yeah.
So you may think it's a lot of money, but if you're not really looking, by the time you realize, because here in Lithuania there are a lot of nice things.
Nice things, yeah.
Yes, there are nice things you can buy. There are
And
nice
food.
experiences too. Yeah, and even there are some restaurants you go to. By the time you leave, you've already spent like €200 or even €250. So
So you need to be careful. So
Yeah.
if you have €1,000, I mean, the rent is the most important. I mean, if you're hungry, nobody's gonna kick you out.
who even know you're hungry?
Yeah,
Who will know
knows
you are
if you're not
hungry if you don't
telling?
say it?
But if the month is due for rent, they're gonna be on you. And even for fees, I think there are so many schools that also offer the installments.
I think all schools
All
do
schools
that.
do.
Yes.
So I mean, for that they are gonna send you emails all the time. But nobody's gonna look for you. Nobody's gonna send you emails that you're not gonna write exam. You have to leave the school or anything like.
But that's not to say you should not pay the
Yeah,
rent.
you have to pay.
Sorry, school fees. I mean school fees.
But that one, there's not much pressure on it that like the rent, because for the rent you have to pay. It's a must.
Yeah.
So if you
monthly.
have €1,000, make sure you have at least 3 months of rent saved, and the accommodations also should be affordable, because as you already said, €1,000 is not so much money if you were thinking, oh, I have €1,000.
It will finish in.
Yeah, and also choose affordable shops. Like if you have to buy clothes because you moved to a new country, you have to buy some stuff to fit in. Like you need some gloves, you need some shoes.
Especially when you come during
seasonal,
winter.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Even if you come in summer, you still need some things just to survive. Even in where you are living, you have to buy some things. Also choose the affordable shops. Don't just go anywhere and buy something anyhow, because you wouldn't even need it in 3 months later. So
The thing is that even if you come here during summer with your clothes from Africa or wherever, Asia, like warm country, you come here, the fashion here is different
It's
from
different,
the
yeah.
fashion back home. But let's just assume that
you don't care about fashion.
yes, at least in the meantime, you just want to wear whatever just to
Yeah.
survive. Yes, yeah, whatever. But if you want to really fit in, like she used the word fit in, then yes, you have to want to dress like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that you can do. Nobody's stopping you, but choose the right shops. Like Humana, number 1, and the rest.
Yeah, this humanity.
I mean, also the Sinsei as well. Sinsei, New York.
Yeah, Sinsei, yeah, they're all cheap. Yes.
So don't go and enter Zara and go and buy a jacket.
Yeah, but even those Sinsei, I think Humana is just the best, because where else can you possibly go to buy something for €1?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I mean, because all those things that I bought in Humana at that time, after winter, I threw half of them away because I had a lot of things and I didn't know how to pack them, and I had to move. So it gets to a time like it's still too much for you. Especially if we are in because the season is transitioning every 3 months. Now we are in, I don't know whether we are in summer or we are in winter.
Spring, actually. But the thing is that my wardrobe looks according to the season. So during summer, I have summer clothes in my winter. I pack the
But sometimes
winter clothes in my bag.
it's back. I mean, back to summer. I mean, summer is 1 year. I think every season is, let's say it comes 1 year, a year or 6 months. Maybe after
No,
that,
every season is like 3 months.
3 months.
So, but we know that, even though it's 3 months, but we know that summer is going to last like at least 5 months. No, sorry, summer is going to last 3 months, but the warmth that comes with summer is going to last like 5 to 6 months.
Yeah.
So somewhere, we are in May, right?
Yeah,
we are already in May. So somewhere May ending to June.
August?
Yeah. So like May ending to June, I already packed out I'll pack out my winter clothes and then put the summer
that's what
into
I'm
my
saying,
wardrobe.
that
And
when
then,
you are packing them, you look at some clothes and be like, you don't need it anymore. Imagine you bought that clothes for
€1.
€1. When you are throwing it away,
It doesn't really hurt you, but that doesn't mean that you should also waste money. So some clothes you buy it and realize, oh, you made a mistake buying it. Yeah, but like when you can just pack it, you don't have to always be buying clothes every season. So if you can pack it and then use it the next season, like when it's next year, when it's time for that season again. Because this one I literally had it for 5 years now, and it was, like I said before, it's very cheap. I don't always wear it. Today I wanted to feel like a student, have the student vibe, so I put it on. Yes, but like sometimes when I'm going to the store just to buy some groceries, I just put it on.
And even this, you can wear it every season, actually.
You can
wear it in winter, you can wear it in summer.
Yes, because
so also
it's a crop top.
Look at all of that as well when you are buying some things. Don't just go buy anything, because you are going to buy a jacket for €100, which you wear for just 3 months and pack it somewhere. I mean, you can use it next year, but at that moment, you don't have to. It's not necessary.
These days, I always ask myself this question when I'm buying something.
Yeah.
I ask myself, where am I going to wear this thing to? How am I going to pair with the other clothes I have in my wardrobe? Yeah, like, and even when I came, I was never the type to buy like too much things. Like I had a roommate, I really respect her, and then I respected her decisions. But she bought it, her wardrobe was literally full. But for me, I go to the store and I take my time at the store to look for things that I really need, things that will not be trash.
Yeah, that you can pair with other clothes just to be on a tight budget. And buy the cheapest things as well, like food. Even food you can buy. Maybe you are coming from a country, you have your own recipes, but you can still choose to buy the affordable food stuff, groceries, just to make that food.
Yeah.
And then when you are,
you can be flexible. You don't have to be too strict. I have to use this ingredient. You can. And like these days, you can even get free food because you walk to Maxima and there is free banana.
Free banana.
Yeah. So even if you don't have money at all and you are very, very hungry, you can still walk to these stores and then you get free food.
Free food.
What is the one financial mistake you made here in Lithuania, and what did it teach you?
I was still saying the giving out my money. And it taught me not to do it again, and I'm not doing it again. So, because like I have to literally beg for my own money when I needed it the most, like really needed the money. I have to beg for my money.
Yeah, and then at that time, the person will not, like the person will start making you feel like you are the bad person. Yes, even though you just want your money back, you're also broke. Do you think all the struggle you went through when you moved to Lithuania was worth it, or is worth it?
I mean, it is worth it. Every struggle that I went through it's actually worth it, because it's all part of like a learning process or experience. Because as I said, I never for once thought in my life that I would pay rent, because in Ghana I was living for free. And even if I was still there, I would still be living for free. I would say literally for the rest of my life. So if I will still be there, but I wasn't never prepared for this. So it's all part of the experience. So it's actually worth it. The struggles, everything is worth it because it's a learning experience. I've learned a lot. I've learned how life works like in different locations. But I mean, I didn't deserve that, you know.
You didn't deserve you this girl. You are full of it.
Soft life.
Soft life. Okay, this makes me want to ask you this question. Has living in Lithuania taught you how to manage money, or it just taught you how to survive?
Both, I would say, because when I came, I was living on survival mode. It was literally survival. There's no money to even save or like. There was no money to manage. So it was survival. So I mean, for the first part, I would say survival. Even still, I'm trying to survive because you are literally doing jobs or things that you wouldn't do. So
But you're doing it just for the money.
Just for the money.
Still
so
trading your time for money.
Yeah, still trading your time for the money. So it's still survival and to manage money, yes, because in Ghana I wasn't saving so much. In Ghana, when I get the money, I'm spending because I know I can make it. I can make the same money in a week because I had like my own business, which was going on well. And if I get the money, and I know I can spend. I mean, I wasn't spending it anyhow, but if I was spending, I wasn't thinking of it like, if I spend this money, am I gonna make it again? Because right now, in this country, anything can happen. You can even get up tomorrow and they will say from your job, they will say, oh, we are
sorry,
we are whatever, cutting off, whatever. So you can just wake up tomorrow and you've lost your job. You can wake up tomorrow and a lot of things has happened. Like,
but of course they're going to give you notice. Like there's like 2 weeks notice.
I mean,
depending on the situation, they'll give you notice. Like the notice. Yes, that's one good thing about Lithuania. If your future self 5 years from now looked back at this phase of your life, what do you think she'll be most proud of?
She'll be most proud of how strong and how like resilient I've become. I mean, I've always been resilient, but being like this strong, I would say she would be so proud because also I'm someone who gives up so easily. And throughout all this, I was able to like stand and not give up because normal me, I would have just packed my bag and leave.
Leave for where? Leave for where? Back to Ghana?
No, I don't know, but because even when I came, I was having those thoughts, like at some point I was like, should I just quit the school? Like, just run away, go somewhere because I cannot.
But everywhere you go, like
that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like normally, I mean, people take decisions like that. They don't even know where they are going.
Yeah.
Because
they're just fed up. Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, like normal me would have given up so many things that I wanted to do. So, but I didn't. So.
Yeah.
She'll be so
good job. Do you think it's important for international students to learn the Lithuanian language?
No.
Really? No, but you know, from next year, 2026, they are going to implement this law, and anyone who does not speak who doesn't have the A2 Lithuanian language certificate cannot work in customer-facing positions or serving positions.
But I mean, how many people work in customer face-to-face?
But you never know, because when you come here, you literally want to do whatever. You want to do any job you can literally lay your hands on.
But I mean, still, there is no law, but still they are not allowing people to. But I mean, learn the language.
Yeah. But you yourself, are you learning it?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Like, what is the one phrase you've learned or like word or phrase you've learned that you're so proud of?
I would say a lot, but how?
Like just one.
You know, for my learning, let me say it. It's more of reading than speaking. When I see something, I can understand what is written, but to say it or to read it, I don't know. But I can see things and read. But I don't know. There's this word. It means special offer. I know how to. I can understand, but I can.
Okay,
I don't
the
know.
special of I
And
don't know too.
free is also
Nemoka. No, I think it's Nemoka.
Nemoka or whatever.
Yeah.
So I know
So
I can read.
the free, wait, is that the one you're most proud of?
No. A lot. I mean, that's
Just
what I'm
one
saying.
that
For mine, I can read when it's written.
Okay.
But to say the word, I cannot say it.
But no.
Because I was learning by myself, so I wasn't speaking it to anybody. So I just read it. And most of the time, what I do the most is when I'm walking by, I just see something, and when I see something like more like, there are some places called when I came, the word I was seeing most everywhere was the self-service wash thing, Salvatoris Proviclos, whatever. I was seeing everywhere. I was like, what is the meaning of this? And I was seeing every day. Every day I was seeing. I was like, let me check this. I checked and it was self-service wash. So
Actually, that Plovicla, I was also seeing it, but I never really translated it.
Me, when I see one word 2 to 3 times outside, because
That's very smart, actually.
I'm always outside. So when I see a word like 2 to 3 times, I have to look for the meaning of that word. So I searched and I was like, self-service wash. So and also casa, K-A-S-A.
Yeah, Casa, yeah.
I was also seeing that one like in that poll where they pay for the
those
parking.
yes, and oh no, even at the stores.
At the store,
you see Casa, yeah.
So that's how I learned my Lithuanian. So I cannot speak.
Okay, so you cannot tell us even one you are most proud of.
I'm proud of all of it.
No, just one.
Just one.
I
don't know. Just say something. Maybe
okay, so me, the one I'm most proud of is just saying, Ash Esu Oba Africa's Padotube Sabininke. No, like literally, I am the owner of Oba African stuff. I just feel so proud saying that. And before that, I had this one, Ash Esu Ish Ganos. Like I'm from Ghana. Yes, yeah. I felt so proud saying that, yeah.
Oh, to say, I think I would say how to say my age. Hey, for that, wait. Ash Esu Dvi. Wait.
Okay, I think Lithuania is, how do you say I am what?
No, I don't want to say
in Lithuanian. Okay, how do you say, let's just say 25. How do you say I'm 25 years in Lithuanian?
Yeah, how do you say I'm 25
years in Lithuanian? Yes, yeah.
And one thing I'm also proud of, there was a time I went to Lidl to buy something, and this old woman was standing next to me. She wanted to pick honey from the top, and she was standing next to me, and she told me that she wanted to pick honey from the top because there were so many things there. She said she wanted to pick honey from the top. She showed me, so I picked the honey for her, and she said no, she wanted, and she was speaking Lithuanian. I could understand everything she was saying. She even went ahead and asked me my age, and I said my age, and she was like, "You are so young," and I laughed. Like,
oh, so you understood everything.
Everything she said, like when she left, I was like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Like because she was saying medus, and she was telling me the milligram or whatever. Because there was big and there was
weight
small.
of it.
Yeah, the weight.
Okay. Yeah.
So I picked the big one, and she said no, she didn't even say like, because the delis is big and mashas is small. She didn't say the delis or mashas, because if she said that, I would have known. She said it's the number that she wanted,
and you
in
were
Lithuanian.
Kind of
she didn't
confused.
say 25 milligrams. She said it in Lithuanian, and I understood, and I took that for her, and she said yes.
Oh, that's very smart.
And she asked me. She was so nice. She asked me my age. I said my age is, oh, you're so young. She said it in Lithuanian, and I laughed. And I left. So I was like, what? That day I was so proud. I decided to even make a video of it, but
yeah. Honestly, I also tell you one of my proudest. I was actually with my sister, and then I called one of my suppliers here in Lithuania. Like, they give me like this specific thing, and I called her. So I wanted her to give me a discount. So I had to negotiate with her in Lithuanian. And I asked her, "Are two suprente anglu kaba?" She said, "Nay." And my heart started beating. But I said, okay, whatever, it is what it is. And I started speaking my Lithuanian. I was speaking my Lithuanian, she was speaking hers, and she understood me, understood her. I got a discount. I got 15% discount. Whoa.
Yeah.
I told my sister I'm so proud. I was so happy. I was jumping around.
The reason why people also struggle to speak the language is because we don't get to speak it so much.
And we're also scared to make mistakes.
Because as I think I made a video on my TikTok that in Lithuania, when you're going outside and someone see you to be a foreigner, they don't speak Lithuanian to you. They speak English to you.
But some people, actually not everyone.
No, it's just the people who don't understand English, because there are people who don't understand English for real. Those people will speak Lithuanian to you, but 90% of people, immediately they see you, and I mean, it's obvious you're a foreigner, they speak English. And the question they will ask you is even, do you speak Lithuanian?
Are you learning it?
But
it's difficult,
I said it after the video. I said that in Germany, no one cares. Like in Germany, when I went there, I don't understand German. No one was speaking English to me. Even if I'm speaking English, they will still respond me in German.
Even those people those Germans that understood English. They still speak. Okay.
And I mean, I had my siblings around me, so they were always translating. But nobody ever spoke English to me in Germany. So if you are in an environment like that, I think you are forced to learn the language.
Yeah.
But here it's
But
not
do you
like,
think Lithuanians should do the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because here it's more like you're not forced to learn. People are just learning the language at their own.
That's why they're implementing the law this year.
Yeah, I think they should, because people are just learning at their own convenience.
Yeah.
Because even for me, I just decided to learn it. And at some point, I was like, I don't want to learn it anymore. I stopped. And nobody's forcing me. I'm still living. So I think there should be something that also helps people to force them to learn the language. Yeah.
Okay. Complete this sentence for me. Being a foreigner in Lithuania has taught me that.
I am actually strong.
High five.
But it's not easy, oh.
Yeah, I
It's
can
not
imagine.
easy.
Yeah.
In all aspects, like financially, mentally, physically,
Emotionally,
socially,
psychologically, all the lily.
all the list.
Yeah.
It's not easy, so
Girl, you are doing well.
Yeah.
You've achieved so much in just 2 years. I'm so proud of you. Yes, like when I look at you, I feel like people who just moved here should really learn from you. It's one of the reasons I decided to do this course of living in Lithuania as an international student with you, because...
So they should know that when I came, I was broke. Oh.
Yeah.
It didn't start off.
Yeah. Yeah, you are doing well, yeah. I'm like, I cannot even express how much proud of you I am. Okay, guys, so that brings us to the end of today's episode. If you enjoyed this conversation, if you found it informative, if you found value in it, and you want to help this channel grow, then please subscribe to this channel and like the video, leave your comment, tell us your thoughts. The more you subscribe, the more subscribers we have, the more we get to talk to interesting people who will be actually willing to share their experiences, their journey, their actual struggles, like the way Bernice was very open about her situation today. So guys, that being said, I would definitely see you in the next episode. You do know, I asked this to everyone, you do know how to say goodbye in Lithuanian, right?
Viso.
Okay, good. Bye.
Or you can say ata.
Ata.